Thank you so much for joining us today on the Games Conversation channel. My name is Paul,
My name's Josh.
and we are playing Metroid Prime. Let's get back into it.
Here we go.
All right, so we just arrived in the Magmoor Caverns, which, if I'm being honest, is not my favorite. In fact, it might be my least favorite area of the game.
All right.
Because why?
Getting me hype.
Can you get any sense of
Lava.
why? Yeah, I don't love the lava levels.
If there's one thing I know about Paul, did not like the fire levels.
Yeah, and honestly, after
Zelda?
the desert in Zelda, I may not like desert levels anymore either.
Yeah, that was pretty painful.
Gosh.
See, I think this is pretty cool.
So this type of thing where it's more like lava factory,
Yeah.
and like this is like a pirate base, like that's pretty cool.
You can get behind that.
Yeah, when they do something interesting, but when it's just like, oh, lava, cool.
I like when you played through with your kids, how they pointed out lava like Bowser's Castle.
Yeah.
I mean,
They know.
they're behind the Nintendo Cinematic
They know the
Universe.
things, yeah.
They get it.
Oh, speaking of, did you see the new trailer for the Mario movie?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that looks so good.
Yeah, doesn't it?
I am hyped for that. That looks awesome.
What did you like about it?
I like Peach a lot. I thought they
Yeah.
did a good job with her because she's always been kind of like a little quietly sassy.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that they made her, because I mean, you don't get to be like princess of a kingdom for so long and be ineffective. So I like that they made her like actually seem important.
Yeah.
Wow. Hold on.
They gave her character
Oh no.
some real substance. Boy, your energy is real low.
Wow. How did that happen so fast? It must have been that bug plus that guy just breathing fire on
And
me.
just the lava.
It's
in
the
general,
lava.
Just sitting in the
It
lava.
is. And the real shame about it is I think it's been kind of a while since I've saved. Yeah, so this is probably not the best place to be. So I'm going to see what remedy can I...
All right.
Did I just come from over there?
You did. That was the guy that was attacking you.
Oh, gosh. And then there's about to be fire from the ceiling. Because, of course.
Well, we're in a bit of a pinch. Bit of a pickle. Bit of a pinch. Keeps things interesting.
Okay, see? Fire from the ceiling. Not even a joke. Not even a joke.
You knew it. You called it.
More fire? Oops. It's just like, kind of those mean things that people do, you know?
Like spewing fire from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Just because.
This is the meanest thing.
So mean.
It's one of those troll, you know, what if she jumps and then we spray fire on her?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Okay. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it out of this alive. All right, let me just see if there's a, because it'd be super helpful if there's like a, Twin Fires Tunnel sounds like the worst place to go.
Yeah,
Two fires, cool. Okay.
Not as bad as the
Here we go.
triple fire
Yeah, not
tunnel.
triple.
Death tunnel.
Yes, the Mario movie,
Yeah,
number one, I love.
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach was so great. Seemed like
Looks like she could hold her own.
Yeah, she'll be like actually, you know, a valuable
Contributor
character.
to the movie.
Yeah, not just
instead of just a damsel.
No, I
in
assume
distress.
she'll still get kidnapped. I guess, but it
Yeah.
also seemed maybe like Luigi's the one that gets kidnapped.
That's true.
There were several scenes with like Mario and Luigi, like when they were in the tunnel and they like grabbed hands or whatever, like to catch each other. I was like, ooh, I did not expect to feel anything in this.
Yeah.
But it looks
That's the
really
feels.
cool. The animation is like really good.
Yeah.
And I know it's different. You know, like Mario doesn't look exactly
Right.
like himself, but I
Yeah.
actually think they're doing a great job with kind of stylizing them a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it would be honestly like, I don't know if strange is the right word, but it would be kind of just weird if they like used like their game models and created a movie out of it.
Right.
So I'm happy that
You're a fan. What do you think about the DK changes, like changing Donkey Kong.
So
Because Nintendo made a big deal about it.
yeah,
Like,
I do see what they're going back to kind of like his arcade appearance, which
Yeah.
on one hand I'm like, yeah, Miyamoto said they took the opportunity to like update his design, which hasn't been touched since '94 or whatever, which I was like, that's kind of neat that they, number one, that he's in the movie,
Yeah.
and number two, that they thought about that.
Like the intentionality behind it. The thought.
Yeah, like,
And that's what sets Nintendo apart from all the rest.
I do think that's true.
Like they don't just make changes to make changes. Like they're really thoughtful to the integrity of the character and the history and
so
right?
I agree. I was thinking about this with like, because I think this movie, whether it ends up being great in kind of a general sense or just like worth it for a Mario fan, I think it'll be a good movie as opposed to like the first Mario movie or so many other video game movies. And I was just like, well, what's making them get it right? And I really do think they've had a, Miyamoto's like the creative guy for 40 years at this point. And he's had like a pretty consistent idea of like what these characters are about and kind of what, even like a philosophy of game design. It's like just for fun. And so then you think about like, I never saw it, but like there's an Assassin's Creed movie or like I watched the Uncharted movie.
I did
and
too,
it's like, the movies are fine, and I'm sure the games are fun, but I don't know what their philosophies were. Like, they're probably just designed to be like cool set pieces that sell consoles.
Right. And I wouldn't say it would enhance my experience of that like universe. It's not like you go back to the game after watching Uncharted and are like, oh, I have a much deeper, richer appreciation.
So, not to interrupt, but we did just get our boost ball, and here looks like...
I think it's time to...
Yeah, let me see if it actually
Tony
tells
Hawk.
us. Yeah, the surface is smooth, so we'll do our boost ball here. See what this gets us. This is back at the Talon, they call it Talon Overworld, where Samus originally landed.
There we go.
Just barely made it on that one. I love there. Obviously there were so many references. I hate to just be like, I love the references.
Yeah.
But they're like, even the fact that there's like Tanuki Mario was in this trailer. Peach getting the fire flower. That was another thing that I was just like, oh, I didn't expect to feel anything about that. And then obviously like the Rainbow Road at the end. It was just so cool.
Oh man. Well, Peach is one of your favorite Smash Brother characters.
I do really like. I have a soft spot for Peach a lot. Oh,
what's the sound that her fan makes?
That.
That's it.
It's so great. If you ever go play Mario RPG,
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the fan is like... Well, and the frying pan is great too, but obviously a different sound. But that fan, it's just like so insulting. Awesome. Oh, okay, so we just circle back. This is the landing site where Samus first landed on Talon 4 after chasing Ridley from the space pirate ship. But we couldn't get up to this ledge previously because it was too high. So because we got the boost ball, we're able to get the ledge.
No
and
problem.
I don't want to fall at
Don't
all.
fall.
And now we can get to the store.
What's in here? Oh, I love the music with the light shining. This feels kind of Zelda-ish,
Space jump boost.
With
It's
the
a little...
light.
Yeah, someone on Reddit was just pointing out, like, the big difference between Zelda and Metroid is, like, I guess Metroid is more like an interconnected world.
Metroid?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, as opposed to having dungeons, I think.
Right.
But really, they are, you get items, they help you access new areas.
Yeah.
So I would never say they're the same, but
No.
I can definitely see like they're in the same family, I guess. So Space Jump Boots is double
Double jump! It's one of my favorite mechanics in games.
Double jump. Yes. Like, it just helps you, like, things are less punishing.
Yes.
You know, you can be forgiven. Like, oh, I missed it. Let me get corrected.
And it just feels like it opens up so many opportunities and so many ways to access things.
We're about to see what it opens up, you know? All right, so we got the double jump.
So what is your favorite, can you think of a game that has done double jump either the most satisfying or, in your opinion, the best?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, Smash Brothers comes to my mind just because that's where I think about the double jump. So
maybe that's the origin, because that for me, that's the first time I remember it being a thing. And then I felt with Smash Brothers you could do like a triple jump if you could.
Well, you can
hit
do
up and up C at the correct time.
Like whatever your special move was is typically a third jump.
I thought I played Destiny when it came out, and I dabbled in Destiny 2. And I liked their double jump a lot, and I also like that you could customize it to your style.
Oh.
So you've never played Destiny?
Never, not once in my whole life.
This once again highlights the difference in our tendencies in games in the past.
This is an area I've been to, but I'm gonna go just because we're here. I always feel like it's worth revisiting.
Yeah.
In case there's something like new.
You gotta be thorough.
So this is the
so cool
impact crater. You can kind of see it. We're in like this big crater, and then this is a space. We already got this, but space pirate data where it's clear that they've been here, and they found like there's a lock on the crater.
So are the space pirates? They want access to they see this as a resource.
Yeah, because they read it as like this
pure
gigantic
energy.
Source of power. Yeah, I don't know if they really know what it is, or I don't know if we know what they know necessarily. But this is like the Chozo Temple. Is this the hallway? Yeah. And this is where Samus can learn about these like artifacts. And I don't think I've collected any since the last time I've been here, but when you collect new ones, you can come and like basically
What's happening?
I don't know. Maybe I am lighting up some more. Okay. So there originally were only like 5 or 6 that kind of allowed me to scan them, and they give clues on like where to find them, I think, unless... Yeah, see, that one's not lit up, so I haven't figured out how to access it yet, I suppose. So yeah, I guess there's nothing new here right now. So the good news is...
What a beautiful... like, the architecture is pretty
A beautiful
impressive.
Facility, yeah.
A beautiful facility.
All the bird people.
Yeah,
all the bird
all
busts.
those birds. Bird busts.
So we have... where is lore? Logbook. Here we go. Over here.
So when this is scanned 44%, that means you've logged 44% of what's on this planet?
Apparently, yeah.
Good
of
job,
all these
Paul.
logbook entries, yeah. So there's artifacts. So these are the ones I've scanned, and they give you a clue of like where they are. So that's kind of the value of coming back here to scan them.
Yeah.
And I thought there might have been an additional one to scan, but I guess not. So we have our boost ball.
Boost ball.
And we just got space
Double
jump boots.
Space jump boots.
I can't think specifically of where space jump boots would be helpful off the top of my head, but I do know of one other place where there's a boost ball
Boost ball.
And that's back in the Chozo ruins. So I'm going to see if we can remember where those are and how to get there. But otherwise, I actually do remember in Phendrana Drifts there was those floating platforms you couldn't get to singularly, so I'm guessing we'll go back there and kind of see. Oh, do you hear that noise? It's kind of like a refrigerator.
Yeah.
So that indicates that there is a power-up somewhere. Maybe I don't hear it.
So
it's very subtle, like, but if you walk into a room and you start hearing like, which maybe I don't hear it. I thought I did. It's hard because the music also has like little like noises in it. Well, so I want to go to Chozo, I think. So I'm going to go through here. And then after Chozo, we'll try and head back to Phendrana.
Go to Chozo.
Go. Do you see an exit? Right there it is.
That looks like
there it is.
A good option. So in Destiny, you can...
Oh yeah, Destiny's double jump, huh?
Yeah. So you, depending on what you acquire or how you build out your character, you can either like do a jump that you don't go as high, but you can float. You have more control, or you can have like a real high burst. So I liked that I could kind of customize it to my style.
Okay.
Of double jumping.
That was like abilities you could alter, or just how you can different inputs will give you different jumps.
No, abilities you could alter.
Okay.
As you build your character up.
Gotcha. So we were talking about Xbox games earlier, and I asked you about Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Had you played it? Mm-mm. Okay. So it's a game that's like a parkour. So here's the other half pipe I wanted to come find. And not necessarily play against this guy, but maybe. Okay. And it reminds me a little bit, although it's different because like if I was to run and jump at this ledge, parkour, like she would crawl up the ledge.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of that in terms of like the ease of 3D platforming. And that came out like several years later, so it's just kind of, I always think of that as like, I don't know if it was influenced by Metroid Prime or not, but I think about that in terms of like other games where it's like first person platforming.
Yeah.
So this is a good example. Can you hear the refrigerator noise here?
Yeah.
Okay. It is noticeable when it's not present. So if you know it now, when I get this item, it'll go away. It's hard to point out, I suppose. But that is a tell for how to know if an item is nearby. Oh, there's one up there.
Oh, yeah. No, I still hear that sound, so. That is the soundtrack.
That is the soundtrack. I'll have to take your word for that.
Well, part of it is the heat's on right now. So
that's true,
I hear the HVAC system.
It might be more prevalent if you had like headphones on. The HVAC system. So I'm trying to get to Phendrana, and I think I have to go through Magmoor. That's a you're so good at, so I'm gonna go up and through there. That's such a what am I gonna say? That's something you're good at. You always bring like, here's a common criticism of the game. And not to say that you're criticizing it, but from more of the standpoint of like, oh, I can't go through there.
What I've read. But what's the criticism?
The criticism is that you have to go through Magmoor Caverns way too often. And I think I pointed this out on one of the previous videos. Like, even to me, other than that one kind of like space pirate base, Magmoor Caverns tends to feel like just a place to walk through as opposed to an actual location. Like you go to Phendrana and there's like a ton of stuff that's still there for us to get through, but it feels like a place that you are intended to be and hang out and all that. Magmoor always is just like
passing through
the lava subway.
It's like, okay.
And you have to go through it like too many times, I think. So that probably contributes to my not enjoying it as much.
That's fair.
You know?
Yeah, too many times.
Yeah. Like these Chozo ruins I always think are interesting because they're, you know, it's like you're walking through historical sites.
Yeah.
There's a wasp in my face. So I have been pretty extensively through the Chozo ruins already, which is one reason I'm...
Yeah, you're blasting through.
Kind of blasting through.
Making your way.
There was a tunnel down here that I caught myself unsure of if I'd ever been in. Tangleweed.
Missile expansion acquired.
Nice. Sometimes I just have those little nagging thoughts of like, did I go in that tunnel? Not sure.
Not sure. Might as well try.
So yeah, Mirror's Edge. And then another thing you mentioned in the last episode was that Metroid. Yeah, I think when you first played it, I don't know what your opinion was necessarily, other than you were kind of new to it.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm turned around. I think you had mentioned even back in like Zero Mission that it was sort of a slow, or maybe Dread more so. And I think that's kind of because its roots are in like horror movies, or like the Alien movies are like very suspenseful.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that is on purpose, the slow burn, because those movies are all about building tension, which, it's not that these games are very tense, but maybe that's kind of like a byproduct.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Dread, there is a tension there. Like
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
They definitely built that tension of you're walking through an area and all of a sudden there's like this giant dead terrifying creature, and then you walk back through and it's like missing, and you're like, wait, where did it go? or it's like,
it was dead.
It's like twitching,
The
and
twitching.
you're like, what's about to happen?
Yes.
But yeah, the slow burn. So I think it's interesting how they were so committed to which is a part of the DNA of Metroid. I read it's a first-person adventure.
Yeah.
Like they refused to call it a shooter.
Yeah.
And that's where, if they were just like money grabbing or something, it's like, oh yeah, first-person shooter is gonna.
Yeah, those are all the rage.
Those are popular.
They're all the rage.
No, like we don't want to. We want to enter the 3D world, but we don't want to lose our identity as an adventure, explore, discover.
Totally. I totally agree with that.
I noticed that it's in the 2D, especially in the first one, I just remember you just shooting at every wall and shooting at all.
Yeah, the scan visor helps a lot more with like recognizing what you should focus on.
Right.
I got turned around again. I'm not usually such a turnarounder,
Yeah.
Normally I like to go forward.
Just keep moving along.
Point me in the forward direction. Moving right. Do you know that song?
Yeah, moving right along.
Yeah, Muppet movie.
Yeah.
So good.
Oddly enough, when I was in grad school, like in 2011, I listened to that album a lot.
I had the album, the record, when I was growing up. So I definitely listened to it all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why we had the record, but I mean, we had a record player, so we had a lot of records. But that was like, I guess it was probably a movie
in particular.
Yeah, I think it was a movie that my brother probably saw, because he grew up like in like Muppet heyday when like the Muppet Show was on.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah. So I think it was just probably a thing that I guess he asked for it. I don't know. That's a good question of why we had it, but I listened to it a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
Have you heard the?
Oh man!
So
the double jump would have been really handy there.
Yeah.
I wish I had remembered to use it.
If only we used it. So, have you listened to the album of covers of the Muppets?
With you, I've listened to one or two songs before. I like the idea of it a lot.
With me?
Yeah. You played, is it Weezer that does Meet the Muppets?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot I played that.
And then the, who does Menomina?
Menomina. Dude. It's either The Fray or...
The Fray.
Look, it popped up. Yeah, The Fray. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And, yeah, Weezer does Rainbow Connection.
Ugh, Rainbow Connection. What a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, who does Meet the Muppets? Like the Muppet Show theme song.
Okay, go.
Okay, that's the one I remembered. But I think I remember you playing the Rainbow Connection.
I think that on that album, the Muppet Show theme song, I didn't love the direction. I think OK Go.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, they took a like a real positive upbeat one and kind of made it like dark.
Yeah, you're like, the Muppets are gonna suck your soul away.
I was like, ugh.
Watch out for Gonzo.
But otherwise, I like them all.
There's a place to use the double jump in this room. Oof, watch out for the coughing.
I like the giant pistons like.
Yes, I'll be honest. The first time I played this, I really struggled to figure out if I could do anything with those.
Yeah.
So I was just like jumping into the lava, shooting that thing all the time.
Yeah.
There it is.
Can you do anything?
No. They're just ornamental.
No, not
for
at
sure.
all. Not at all.
But I definitely spent like too much energy trying to figure that out.
You're like, I know they must serve some purpose.
Yeah, they're all there. I mean, can I break them? I don't know.
The environments and the gameplay kind of remind me of when I had my Nintendo 64 and playing the Star Wars first-person shooter.
Oh.
With
I know there were several Star Wars games. I didn't know there was any first-person shooter.
Well, maybe it was a third person. Yeah, it was a third person. My bad.
Okay.
But it came out.
I could see that though, just like the different planets.
Yeah. Shadows of the Empire.
Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
So here's a double jump spot. Ooh, and that's green gas. Gas balls, as my kids call them.
Gas balls. I like that they called it a potato bug.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, when I heard them name it that, I was like, that's what I call them too.
Yeah, I did call out like, there is always a potato bug, isn't there?
Me and your kids, we're on the same level when it comes to this stuff.
This is a standard spinner device.
Ooh,
just your standard spinner. Like you might use at Lowe's or something.
No big deal.
The generator.
Got your standard
That's
one.
right. The belts of the spinner can be activated by rapid rotational force. Use the boostability of the morph ball when inside a spinner to activate it. And then we got a pirate data here. Oh, no, we don't. Collapsible suspension bridge is functional but requires power. So my guess is we're about
Turn on the power.
Activate the power.
Oh.
And you should see a bridge start to come up. Kind of cool. Anything else up here?
Paul, is it true they're making another Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard. With Andrew Garfield?
With Andrew Garfield. I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's
Oh, I have not
true.
heard. So one thing I have been seeing a lot of
Tell me.
Is and I think it's all fake, but it seems like it's coming from somewhere.
Tell me.
Is all of the Spider-Man live actors in the next Spider-Verse movie?
Like the animated?
Yeah.
Like as voices?
Yeah, like animated versions of themselves.
Oh.
So I don't know. Like I said, oh, here we found our first artifact. Chozo artifact.
Wait, our first
Bendesium. Yeah, this is one of the artifacts we're trying to collect. Chozo artifact acquired. The artifact of strength, the second of 12.
We did it.
So here's a look at a Chozo. It's not alive, obviously, but it's a Chozo statue.
It's not? How do you know? Can you be 100% confident?
Can I be grasped?
Oh, wise Chozo. And we learned the different factions of the Chozo. There's different groupings.
Yeah, the Malkin.
There's like the prophecy ones,
and the
war ones.
Thoa. That's true. So up until Dread, you probably would have only thought there was like one, Chozo were all the same. And I think generally people think about them like as Quiet Robe. as kind of the peaceful, mystical ones. And then Ravenbeak in Dread is apparently from this Malkin tribe. Well, the bridge is down. That's great. So now I jumped into the lava twice. Cool. Oh, nice. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, wonderful. So I think with hindsight, though, now you can look back at like most Metroid games and be like, oh, those are clearly Malkin now.
Duh. I mean,
everyone. I don't know how we missed it. I'm still trying to make it to Findrana, so we stopped by that place to get our first artifact. So another common criticism of this game is really one of the biggest ones, although I think despite it, I think the game is still considered like a masterpiece by most people, is the artifact hunt. But people talk about it always as if it happens at the end of the game, where I think what's true is that you can do it as you play.
The intended design is to enjoy it throughout the...
Yeah. So, like, we just found our first one, and, like, we're still pretty early in the game. Or a second one, rather. And so there's only 12. It's not like there's 100.
Yeah.
So, but yes, if you put it all off till the end, then it would be like this hunt. So
it would be a grind. But if you...
Yes.
It's like a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. You know?
I think that's what Mary Poppins was thinking about when she wrote the song.
Who's Mary Poppins? Never heard of her.
Yeah.
I came up with that.
I came up with that.
It's a Josh original.
Josh original.
You heard it here.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Games Conversation channel. Josh, hold up that magazine for me, will you?
Yeah, I will.
Don't forget, leave a comment on this video or any video in the entire playthrough. And at the end of the playthrough, when all is said and done, when we've put a stake through whoever the final bad guy's heart is, then we'll pick a name from someone who's left a comment, and we'll figure out a way to give you this delicious Darth Maul version of magazine. Nintendo Power. No, it's for
terrifying.
Real. It's got Darth Maul. It'll give you nightmares. But on the front, it's got Samus, and inside it has an article about Metroid Prime. It's the original. You'll love it. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.